sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Ralph. This one's hot.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. The Ravens coming in looking for win number 6 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's Jackson to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the short.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun is a give to Achane. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
Take right open.
Here's Lawrence. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Dolphins first down.
Hey, go!
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeau. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
You talk about this Miami defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because
that's caught inside the 20. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, 49 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Down to the 42, second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Rip, 20. Hey, Phil,
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Lawrence. It's a fumble. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Red on red.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Lawrence on the sneak.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Hey, pincher.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 14.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found
taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 65 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is now 21-14.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And able able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Miami.
Rip, 23. Hey, Ginger, touch. Great job. Easy, read a 20.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 8. Now Lawrence. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Lawrence now going to move him around.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now Lawrence.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort. Turn it into a successful play.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Jamison Williams
from 4 yards out.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
We change it. Middle, middle. No, we change it. Shut up!
Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
To throw is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And Jackson throwing once more.
That's going deep for Bateman. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
Hey, 11. Go. 30 left.
Lawrence will throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Lisa 24. Hey, tomato. Done. Hey, smash. Go get him.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Take right open.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Ravens 21.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
That'll give him 8 that time. And now we've got a third down and 3.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just...
There he goes, left side.
Jamison Williams.
Went all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
At the 36-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, middle. Hey.
Jackson now. Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Jackson. Open man is Higgins. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Again, Jackson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Sit on! Sit on!
They go play action now. Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And now third and goal following incompletions on first and second down.
Play action. It's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Sink right open. Sink right.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
This is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
On red.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Oh, let's go.
They'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. I go to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
No, we changed it.
One back to the backfield will get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Report, report. Go ahead.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey. Ready, shot. Yo. I got him.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Second and 10.
Hey, report.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Ozzie. You changed it. Hey, report.
Now it's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they got it at their own 4-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Hey, Lion. 11.
Waddle, the motion man, right. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
11, Agate.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Go.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
On red. Hey, Ginger. Zach.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Red on red. Hey, Ginger, touch.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Jackson.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 45 yards.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
One last shot for Jackson.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.